from here. Yeah. What's up? Got him running scared on a big bad wolf, and I heard the same shit, dog, it's really getting old. Got so many hundreds that I can't get it to fold, and I'm only speaking facts, just the truth is being told. Got him running scared on a big bad wolf, oh, I never see the silver lining, only see the gold. I don't speak in caps, dog, everything bold, and I put that on myself, cause it's a life that I done chose. I said come through, you can see me on the west side. Now it's funny how they walking with their chest tied. Ooh, I heard him talking numbers, but he just lied. Thought I told him that's the shit that I can't let slide. You gon' make me say it again. Do this shit for my family, I seen them do it for trends. I done told too many girls that we better as friends. I done told too many men we can't make no amends, and that's facts. Got him running scared on a big bad wolf, and I heard the same shit, dog, it's really getting old. Got so many hundreds that I can't get it to fold, and I only speaking facts, just the truth is being told. Got him running scared on a big bad wolf, oh, I never see the silver lining, only see the gold. I don't speak in caps, dog, everything bold, and I put that on myself, cause it's a life that I done chose. Way I'm moving, I don't see him in a way. Way they talking, I'm not hearing what they say. Got some bands and I bought myself a place. They get a couple and they blow it in a day, but I ain't built like that. They done said my time is up, but it still ain't passed. I done heard what they say, but it feel like cap. Yeah, I took a couple shots, but I'm still intact. Yeah.
Sitting pretty at the top, Mount Everest. Yeah, bossy, dripping sauce. Cast spells like I'm Severus. Puffing on the best asparagus. Take my sweet time, never in a rush. Cause I'm bossy, dripping sauce. Elio, rising, I am so inspiring. CEO, my title, my videos go viral. Take a good look at the fit, lit from my head to my toes. They all wanna sip of the drip, watch out when they getting too close. Turn it up, cause I come in cut. Say, don't you interrupt, everybody watch me. Gonna level up, no you cannot touch me. Chillin' in the cut, dodging paparazzi. Big bands feeling generous. Got a big house, that's my preference. Sitting pretty at the top, Mount Everest. Yeah, bossy, dripping sauce. Cast spells like I'm Severus. Puffing on the best asparagus. Take my sweet time, never in a rush. Cause I'm bossy, dripping sauce. Yeah, I'm elevated. Yeah.
Bryce Coder with the OH.Report coming to you live from Shelby, Ohio at the Whippet Athletic Center. We've got a great two-parter coming your way. OHSAA baseball action semifinals of the Shelby region here in Division 3. Some fast-paced baseball action coming your way. Mohican Adventures pregame show coming up next.
Fickes Furniture in Jeromesville has always believed in selling quality furniture at an affordable price. Displaying all the latest styles and designs from top manufacturers such as Flex Steel, Bassett, Smith Brothers of Bern, and Mohawk Flooring, at Fickes Furniture you're sure to find quality products that will help to make your house a home. Fickes Furniture, 63 North High Street in Jeromesville.
Get on the right track every Thursday with me, Hayden Gray, and the only place you can catch me is right here on the OH.Report.
Bryce Coder with the OH.Report coming to you live from Shelby, Ohio. Shelby High School at the Whippet Athletic Complex, the baseball field here. Taking a look at Milan Edison Chargers versus the Ashland Crestview Cougars as the first pitch of the ball game is in for a strike. Ben Bates taking the mound for the Chargers today. Next pitch is outside for a ball. Some of the better velocity we've seen on the OH.Report from Ben Bates so far. So all leaving at 1. And a breaking pitch, he balks at it a bit, but holds up for a ball. 2-1 the count. The Cougars 20-4 on the season, 14-0 in conference play. The 2-1 is high. 3-1 the count. So Bates out of the windup. The 3-1 now is in the dirt. So if a leadoff walk now as the Cougars have a runner on first. And Jarek Ringler up to bat the pitcher. Mohican Adventures pregame show. I'm Bryce Coder with the OH.Report. The catcher fouled off. So they'll collect the ball from the backstop. Third baseman way in on this one. First baseman holding the runner on. Showing bunt again, this time outside. Catcher fakes like he's throwing down to first, but nothing doing. We're all even at 1. Checking the runner over at first base. The throw is bounced over to the shortstop on 2 hops. The throw over to first gets him for a fielder's choice. So that will be the first out of the inning as the runner moves over to second base. Owen Barker up to bat. With that runner now in scoring position in the top of the first. Barker batting .388 on the season with 2 home runs. Bates is going to step off, have a talk with his catcher. We're going to take a look at the team spotlight now for Crestview. Batting .359 as a team with a .451 OBP, 180 RBIs, and 4 home runs. Pitching, they're pitching a 1.21 ERA, an opponent batting average of 175 and 159 strikeouts, 41 earned runs only on the year. So that one is swung through and missed for the first strike to Owen Barker. Barker with 25 RBIs on the season. That's second on this Cougar squad. So Bates out of the stretch. That one low and inside for a ball. We're all even at 1. Is Bates taking his time, taking his breath. The 1-1. That one's in the dirt. Catcher doing a good job of staying in front. But Bates falling behind again in this count. We're going to take a look at our player spotlight now for Crestview our Mohican Adventures pregame show, Jarek Wrangler, we saw him in the fielder's choice. He's batting .466 on the season with a .560 on base percentage and has 21 RBIs. He's pitching tonight with a 1.01 ERA and 64 strikeouts, so we'll see him in the bottom of the first. So 3-1 now to Barker. This one swung right through and missed, and the count is all full. So the second baseman holding that runner on over at second, and the throw is right down the middle. A strikeout looked at for out number 2.
Up to bat number 13, Gavin Barker.
Now Davin Barker up to bat, batting out of the 4 spot, and he will get a crack at this with the runner in scoring position. Gavin Barker, the catcher, is batting .427 on the season. His first pitch is in for a strike. 33 RBIs. He is the team leader. This one is low in the zone for a strike. Catcher has a bit of trouble with it, but he picks it up. So Gavin Barker immediately falling down 0-2 in the count. So Bates has a chance to get out with no damage done. And that one is swung on and missed for strike 3. So 0-0 score between the Chargers and the Cougars. You're watching high school baseball live and free on the OH Report.
Fickes Furniture in Jeromesville has always believed in selling quality furniture at an affordable price. Displaying all the latest styles and designs from top manufacturers such as Flex Steel, Bassett, Smith Brothers of Bern, and Mohawk Flooring. At Fickes Furniture, you're sure to find quality products that will help to make your house a home. Fickes Furniture, 63 North High Street in Jeromesville.
Watching high school softball live and free right here on the OH Report.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report coming back to you live. Bottom of 1 here. We saw Crestview with a chance getting a runner over on second base, but nothing doing as Edison Milan battled back. They will get their opportunity now. We're going to take a look at Edison Milan's team spotlight. They're batting .331 on the season with a team OBP of .442, 39 stolen bases, and 2 home runs. Pitching, they have a .121 ERA, .175 opponent batting average, 159 strikeouts on the season. Dominic Diamond, our player spotlight, the catcher, he's batting .370 on the season, batting .485 on base percentage, 21 RBIs as a team leader. So first pitch, the bottom half of this inning is fouled off the bottom part of the bat there for strike 1. Clint Finnan up to bat, the shortstop. Edison's keys to victory is going to be consistency, wins. You've been establishing yourself all season. You just have to play smart, fast baseball. As this one's hit to the second baseman onto the ground, a fast play over to first, almost pulls the first baseman off, but he will instead get him for the first out of this inning.
Up to bat, number 30.
See there, cleanly fielded play. That throw almost pulls him off, but good job by the first baseman to dig that one out. And calculated risk for Edison is going to be key for them as well. This one hit hard into right field on a one-hop, so a base hit off the first pitch for designated hitter Carson Smith.
Up to bat, number 23, Hayden Fry.
So Hayden Fry up to bat, the third baseman, after that first pitch single. So only a couple of pitches in this inning, but already we have an out and a runner on first. The first pitch to Fry is a ball. And so one out, middle infielders at double play depth. He's going to step off, take a second out of the stretch. The throw is high again, 2-0 now. And Jarek Ringler doing his best here, but this one is hit softly into right gap. The runner from first is going to try for third, and we're going to have runners on the corners. So that one likely would have carried much, much further, but got caught up by this wind.
Up to bat, number 25, Bryson Whitmer.
Bryson Whitmer up to bat. The center fielder. Whitmer batting .269 on the season, but has that OBP up near the 400 mark. Batting out of the 4 spot in a dangerous position. This one's high and outside for the first ball of this at-bat. The double play is still in effect here, but they have to be sure to get them both because that runner will surely score. With runners on first and third, this one is hit high and out of play. So still looking for hitting while so far ahead in this count. Trying to drive that runner in. The 2-1 is swung on and missed, and a big swing there from Whitmer. We're all even at 2. So Ringler speeding through these pitches. A breaking pitch almost gets him for strike 3, but he's able to foul it off very late on that swing. We'll have another 2-2 pitch. Truly practically any play could score. And this one is swung right through and missed for strike 3.
Up to bat, number 31, Marcus Medina.
Marcus Medina up to bat now. Medina, the second baseman. Medina's batting .370 on the season. 13 RBIs. First pitch is in for a ball. Now Ringler with his chance to work himself out of a jam. Out of the stretch. That one is high and inside. 2-0. So those gusts of wind, we'll see those take the ball. This pitch right down the middle for strike 1 of the at-bat. 2-1. Medina with 2 doubles on the season. This one is hit to right field down the line. 1 run is going to score. The runner from first is hauling all the way around third. He's being sent. It's going to be a play at the plate, but not in time, as this is going to be a 2 RBI stand-up triple from Marcus Medina. That's going to be a greatest hit. What a beautiful piece of one strike hitting to put that into right field and get both of those runners across as that ball trailed into foul territory in the outfield, making it even harder for that right fielder. So Edison is going to lead this one in the bottom of the first, 2-0 now. This pitch is hit into foul territory. High fielder's trying to make a play, but that's going to land about 10 feet foul outside of the fence. So that is the first strike to Dominic Diamond. Diamond, the catcher, batting .370 on the season with 21 RBIs, leading this team. Our player spotlight. This one's inside. Looking at Dominic Diamond here, batting that .370 with a .485 OBP and 21 RBIs. So he is not unfamiliar with this position, with runners in scoring position. And Ringler has to take a breath. He's out of the windup, so hopefully more comfortable, but this pitch is going to be low. 2-1 the count. Diamond with 8 doubles on the season. This one is hit hard to the shortstop on the ground. He's going to collect, take a hop, and throw it over to first base for the third out of this inning. So damage done. Edison's going to lead this one over the Crestview Cougars 2-0 going in the top of 2.
Fickes Furniture in Jeromesville has always believed in selling quality furniture at an affordable price. Displaying all the latest styles and designs from top manufacturers such as Flex Steel, Bassett, Smith Brothers of Bern, and Mohawk Flooring. At Fickes Furniture, you're sure to find quality products that will help to make your house a home. Fickes Furniture, 63 North High Street in Jeromesville.
You're watching high school softball live and free right here on the OH.Report.
Bryce Coder with the OH.Report coming to you for top of 2 here in Shelby, Ohio at the Whippet Athletic Complex between the Milan Edison Chargers and the Ashland Cougars. The keys to victory for the Crestview Cougars tonight are going to be situational hitting. When you find yourselves in positions where you have runners in scoring position, you cannot squander these chances as you get further and further into this tournament, because they are not going to come as frequently. And don't get rattled like we saw in the bottom part of this first inning. Edison doing a good job of getting right to hitting, but you cannot get rattled. You are still in this ball game. You just have to establish yourselves as hitters at the plate now. So the first pitch to Tyson Bingler is blooped over to the first baseman on 2 hops. He'll collect it on the ground and take it over to first himself.
Number 27, Clint Patton.
So an unassisted ground out to first base. It's going to bring up Clint Patton, the second baseman. Patton batting .254 on the season, but has had some big hits, including 15 RBIs. So that one's low. You're all even at 1 with 1 out. So the 1-1, the call, ball looked good, but outside, says the umpire. We'll take a look at the crowd that is available here. That one, foul ball off the catcher's mask. That is the great thing about these tournament games, is these crowds do get bigger and bigger. They look to cheer their teams on. And both sides we're getting a look at. So we will get set for the 2-2. This would be a hard one to lose after getting the first out so quickly. Patton hits this one softly to the third base line, but rolls foul. So we'll have another 2-2 pitch. Good job of staying in this count. We can see on the jerseys how the breeze is affecting these players. This one is hit into center field. Center fielder charging hard, but all of the infielders and the center fielder running together almost to collision. Some contact was made, but all the same, the second out of this inning, perhaps a lapse of communication. That's a hard one as the center fielder covered a lot of distance. Middle infielders were trying to figure out how to play that ball with this wind. So Brennan Folk will come up to bat as this one is swung right through and missed. A foul ball for strike one. Brennan Folk, the right fielder, he's batting .319 on the season. So Bates' pitch to Folk is in for a strike. So 0-2 the count. Bates looking to get the third strike and the third out of this inning. This one is hit into right field. Right fielder getting under it for out number 3 of this inning, so they will retain a clean score sheet as Edison is leading this one over Crestview 2-0.
Since 1974, Simonson has helped their clients stay on target to meet the goals and deadlines for their projects. From concept to completion, Simonson can design a plan and build a path for success. Let Simonson Construction turn that vision into a reality.
Fickes Furniture in Jeromesville has always believed in selling quality furniture at an affordable price. Displaying all the latest styles and designs from top manufacturers such as Flex Steel, Bassett, Smith Brothers of Bern, and Mohawk Flooring. At Fickes Furniture, you're sure to find quality products that will help to make your house a home. Fickes Furniture, 63 North High Street in Jeromesville.
You're watching high school softball live and free right here on the OH.Report.
Bryce Coder with the OH.Report coming back to you live for bottom of 2 now as Edison is leading this one 2-0 over the Crestview Cougars. And they're looking to extend this lead even further as we have 2 strikes in this at bat. We're 1-1. No outs. Max Hoover up to bat, the first baseman. This next pitch is low. 2-1 the count. Max Hoover batting .362 on the season. That one is also in for a ball, 3-1. So the 3-1 count to Hoover. And he's swinging, but this one is hit foul towards the parking lot. That's why I choose to park away from the field. 3-2, all full. 3-2 is hit right up the middle. Second baseman trying for it, but it scoots off of his glove and behind him. So we'll see how scorekeeper rules that one, but that was a tough play over at second. A sliding attempt at that. Got caught up in that turf and slid behind him. So Blake Simon up to bat now with the runner on first base. This first pitch is hit foul. 0-1 as the runner gets the lead over at first. Ringler checks the runner, kicks and deals for a ball. 1-1. So Ringler out of the stretch. This one on the bottom part of the zone for strike two now. This pitch is outside. This pitch is hit up the middle to the second baseman, flips it over to second to throw to first, gets him by half a step, so that's going to be a 4-6-3 double play for the first 2 outs of this inning. Now with 2 outs, we'll see Davin Wint immediately hits this one on the ground of the second baseman, but this one bounces up and hits him in the hip or stomach section. It scoots into right field, so that one will surely be an error. E4, and that'll bring up top of the order. Now with Wint over at first base, getting a hefty lead pretty quickly over there, and a step off, a dive back, but no throw. Clint Finnan up to bat, showing bunt, pulls back. So the runner on the move, no throw. It looks like it might have been a planned pitch out, but the ball hopped out of the catcher's glove, allowing the runner to reach safely with no throw. Bringing this count to 1-0. Runner on second base now. A pickoff move over to second. Able to get back standing as they threw it to the shortstop. The little turn pickoff move. So Ringler checking the runner out of the stretch. Kicks and deals the 1-0. That's right down the pipe for strike one. 1-1 the count. You can tell that runner over at second base starting to get into Ringler's head a bit as he extends that lead further and further. This one is hit into the gap between shortstop and third base. The runner's going to advance from second all the way to home. The throw down is over the catcher's head. So the hitter advancing to second dives into second base, but doesn't see that the ball passed over the catcher's head. Likely would have been able to advance over to third base, but because of that dive, he's going to stay over at second base. Has himself an RBI double. As Edison is leading this one 3-0 now over the Ashland Crestview Cougars. It's going to bring up Carson Smith. This one's in for a first pitch strike. Smith, the designated hitter, he had a single. Hit the leadoff hit of this ball game as this one's low for a ball. Now with 2 outs, just looking for one more out to get him out of this. This one's strike 2, so he's leading 1-2 in the count. Out of the stretch. So the payoff pitch is low. We're all even at 2. Edison already with 5 hits in this ball game. And strike 3 will get them out of the inning, but they will pick up a run as Edison's leading this one over Crestview 3-0 going into top of 3.
Get on the right track every Thursday with me, Hayden Gray, and the only place you can catch me is right here on the OH.Report.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report coming back to you live for top of 3 now. Edison leading this one over Crestview 3-0. So we're going to bring up Dylan Bruner, the first baseman. His first time up to bat. This one is outside for a ball. So that one low, says the umpire. 2-0 the count. Bates still on the mound for Edison. This pitch is also low, 3-0. So the 3-0 count is low, a 4-pitch walk to Bruner.
Up to bat, number 24, Mason Ringler.
Mason Ringler up to bat. The second walk now for Bates. Despite the 2 walks, Bates still has his no-hitter intact. Now the runner gets his lead over at first. It's Bruner. Ringler looks at this one for the first ball. So now 1-0. Bates will look over his shoulder, collect, kicks and deals. He's out in front of this one. This one fouled off of his foot. So 1-1 the count now. Top of the order, looming in the on-deck circle now. And 1-1. That one is low, 2-1. With the 2-1 count, that runner will get his lead. This one is hit hard to the third baseman on one hop, thrown over to second base and flipped over to first for the double play. And so despite the walk, they will quickly get a double play of their own.
Up to bat for Crestview, number 22, Matthew.
And so some quick thinking to collect that as fast as he could and get it over to second instead of just settling for that fielder's choice. Would have been the safer play, but he knew he had it. So the first pitch is looked at. This one is also looked at for a ball. This is Matthew Voles. He walked his first time up. This one swung on and missed for the first strike of the at-bat. Bates battling back after going down 2-0. And this one is looked at for a ball. Strike, I'm sorry. 2-2 the count. This one is outside, 3-2, so we're all full with 2 outs. Spin Bates after that big double play. Try to end this inning and get them back on offense. That one strike 3, looked at right down the middle. And Voles tried to make his way over to first base on the walk, but it will be a strikeout instead. You're watching high school baseball live and free on the OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking. with Casasa.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report coming back to you live for bottom of 3 here in Shelby, Ohio at Shelby High School. This one's fouled off neutral territory here between Edison and Crestview. Edison leading this one. So first pitch fouled off to Hayden Fry. Hit a big single, and this one is hit softly to third baseman on one bounce. Collects, throws over to first, gets him by a step for the first out of the inning.
Next up to bat, number 25, Bryson Whitmer.
Bryson Whitmer up to bat. He struck out last time. Looking for his opportunity to get on base, stretch this lead even further, as Edison has scored in every opportunity they've had. This one way out in front, hit on the ground back to the pitcher. He's going to underhand toss that to the first baseman for the second out of this inning. So 3 pitches and 2 outs. It's going to bring up Marcus Medina. Medina had that massive 2 RBI triple back in the first. He's going to look at this first pitch for a ball. He also had that big hit with 2 outs as well. This one is hit high into the outfield. Right fielder tracking it, gets under it for the 3rd out of this inning. So a 5-pitch inning for Crestview as they'll get another opportunity to get back into this ball game. Edison leading this one 3-0.
Fickes Furniture in Jeromesville has always believed in selling quality furniture at an affordable price. Displaying all the latest styles and designs from top manufacturers such as Flex Steel, Bassett, Smith Brothers of Bern, and Mohawk Flooring, at Fickes Furniture you're sure to find quality products that will help to make your house a home. Fickes Furniture, 63 North High Street in Jeromesville.
Get on the right track with me, Hayden Gray, as I pass you the baton for local track and field meet results, impact teams, athlete profiles, and more every Thursday this spring.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report coming back to you live now for top of 4. It's Ben Bates pitching these Crestview Cougars. Pitching a good game so far. Currently has a no-hitter going his way as Derek Ringler, the pitcher, comes up to bat, trying to get something going for himself, trying to avoid the loss on the record. This one is hit hard to the first base side, down that line, but foul. There'll be 2 strikes in the count now. Ringler, our player spotlight tonight. So far, grounded out in a fielder's choice. 0-2 is in for strike 3 looked at. So that will be a quick 3-pitch strikeout to Ringler.
Yeah, number 12, Owen Barker.
This one is hit to the first baseman. It looks like it hit him in the back of the head. And it bounces over. He's making his way over to first to grab his hat. He seems like he's okay, but gosh, that was a hard hit ball. I think and hope it deflected off of his glove first. It hopefully lessened the impact, the velocity of that ball. He seems to be okay, but likely be checked out in that concussion protocol. That's a hard one. He seems to be trying to convince them that he's okay, but anytime there's a hit to the head, you really have to be sure that everything is all right and he's in good working order to further mitigate any damage. And it looks like he's okay, and he will stay over at first base. And getting some encouragement there from Owen Barker. That will be the first hit of this ball game for the Cougars. And Barker up to bat, Gavin Barker. This one's in the dirt and past the catcher. He thought he had it in his glove, but this is going to allow the runner to advance to second. He thought about third, but held up, so we'll have a runner on second base now. So Bates will reset out of the stretch, takes a breath. That one's low and in the dirt. 2-0. Out of the stretch, takes a breath, kicks and deals. This one is fouled off. So 2-1, the first strike of this at bat to Gavin Barker. So looking to get that ball into the outfield, hopefully find one of those gaps and get his team back into it. This one is also low. So 3-1 the count. Gavin Barker struck out in his first at-bat. And a check over to second base. No throw, but provokes the runner to head back. This one is in for a strike on the inside part of the plate. 3-2 the count. And he reacted to that one like it was a slider or some sort of breaking pitch. That one, ball 4. And they're going to ask him if he did. On the appeal, the field umpire says no, he did not. So that's going to be a walk over to first base. We'll have runners at first and second. It's going to bring up Tyson Ringler. He grounded out to the first baseman on the unassisted ground out in the second inning. So leads being taken. That first pitch inside for a ball. Bates taking his time here as this is a big spot. Trying to keep his record blemish free on the earned runs today. That one's in for ball 2. Falling behind in this count quickly. This one swung on and missed. A bit of a favor from Ringler. Going to bring the count to 2-1. Still a good sign that they're looking to hit in these hitters' counts, not just looking to force these walks. That pitch count up, trying to stay aggressive, but this one is low. 3-1 as Bates is going to risk walking the bases full. And so they're going to take a brief second to have a conversation as they understand full well the gravity of this scenario. The tying run is at the plate, and there's no need to rush as your team is in the lead. So with one out, the 3-1 fouled off, working to count full. So we'll see if the runners are in motion on the strikeout. Could be a throw down for the double play, but this one is hit right up the middle, but the second baseman standing right there collects it, flips it over to the shortstop and throws it over to first, gets him by a half step, so they will work out of this inning with no runs on the double play. You're watching high school baseball live and free on the OH Report.
Get on the right track every Thursday with me, Hayden Gray, and the only place you can catch me is right here on the OH Report.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report coming back to you live from bottom of 3. An electric double play by Edison to work themselves out of the jam. A full count with a runner on first and second base, and they flip the double play to keep the score sheet clean. They're leading this one 3-0 over Crestview. So stick around for middle of 5 as we have the Mohican Adventures 5th inning stretch. So we will recap this game. First pitch from Ringler is low and in the dirt, a ball. Dominic Diamond up to bat. So Ringler out of the windup quickly pitches the 1-0 count in for a strike on the bottom corner of the plate. Wrangler's time called. I'm not sure why that time was called, but we are ready to play again. So 2-0 the count. Diamond grounded out. His first at bat. He's the catcher in our players spotlight tonight. Now has himself a 3-1 count. So way ahead, see what he's able to do with this pitch from Ringler. And it's low. We're taking a look at Dominic Diamond. The 21 RBIs, the 485 on base percentage. This 3-2 count, we see why. Staying in these counts as long as he needs to, and this ball is hit into center field. The center fielder takes a few steps back and to his left, able to make the routine fly out for the first out of this inning. That's going to bring up Max Hoover. So Ringler shakes one off, and the first pitch is low. Ball one. Hoover had a single earlier in this game, one of many who have done so. 1-0, 1-1 on the day. With one out, he will try to get something started. This one's high now. We have a 3-0 count. So Ringler able to work himself out of the last count he was behind in. Able to keep this at bat alive with the strike right down the middle. This one also a strike on the outside corner. So again, working it back to a full count as Ringler looks to get the second out of this inning. Now, and the umpire rings him up for strike three, looking on the bottom part of the zone there.
Up to bat number 28, Blake Simon.
And a close one. Not very much looked like strike three. Perhaps the framing of the catcher affected the view of that one. 2 outs now as the first pitch to Simon is a ball. Couple of close calls for Ringler. It's 2 full counts, but he quickly works this one to 1-1. Blake Simon grounded into a double play. That's one of 3 double plays we've seen today. Ringler getting ahead in this count 1-2. So the payoff pitch for strike 3, a well-earned one. That one's outside. We're all even at 2. So all even at 2 with 2 outs. Another payoff pitch opportunity. Ringler get himself out of the inning. A big breath and a breaking pitch in the other batter's box. So 3 batters and 3 full counts. Full count, 2 outs. And that one's high for ball 4 as that one scoots past the catcher.
Up to bat number 18, Davin
We will have a
Wentz.
runner over to first base. Davin Went coming up to bat. Went reached on a ball that skipped past the second baseman in the second inning. Now Simon over at first on the walk. Kicks and deals out of the stretch. First pitch is in for a strike right down the middle, looked at. So we'll have an 0-1 count. So Ringler checks the runner over his shoulder. Again, deals another strike. So 0-2 the count now. A lot of flexibility. We'll see what he does with this. We saw him miss with that curveball on the payoff pitch earlier. We'll see if he goes back to it or if he tries for another payoff. And that lead a bit too hardy for Ringler's liking as he steps off and will reset. 0-2. The pitch is a pitch out. So the first ball of this at-bat with 2 strikes. I'm not sure what the intention of the pitch out was, but this ball is hit right up the middle. Second baseman tracking it on the ground. He throws it, fires it over to second base, but they're going to say that he reaches. So that is going to be an infield hit to the second baseman as we'll have a runner on first and second now. A bit of a 2-out rally, perhaps. This is going to bring up the top of the lineup. Clint Finnan hit an RBI single earlier in this game and grounded out. 1 for 2 on the day. The first pitch to Finnan is a called strike. So perhaps taking a bit more time, we see Ringler moving through some of these pitches very, very quickly, but in this big spot, taking a second. This ball is hit to right field. Right fielder tracking, and he's going to play it off the fence, and it's going to be a home run. So Clint Finnan with the 3-run home run over the right field fence. We know that fence down straightaway right is 310, so that ball was probably 320 feet long as it bounced off the other side of that fence. An unbelievable home run as Edison is going to lead this one 6-0 over the Crestview Cougars.
Up to bat, number 30, Carson Smith.
And so 4 RBIs on the day for Clint Finnan after that home run. And this is going to bring up Carson Smith, the designated hitter. He had the first hit of this ball game. Now the 1-0 is blooped to the shortstop. He runs in to collect this one, but after a huge home run by the Chargers, they're going to lead this one 6-0 going into top of 5.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Casasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Casasa.
Bryce Coder with the OH.Report coming back to you live now for top of 5. Stay tuned in the middle of the 5th. We have the Mohican Adventures 5th inning stretch as we will recap this game, take a look at some of the great plays that have been made so far. It's been a great defensive effort from both teams, but hitting has really been the key. And our sponsor, Mohican Adventures, enjoy the best there is in Ohio family vacationing at Mohican Adventures. We offer river trips and aerial adventure park, mini golf, go-karts, as well as a full-service campground cabin rentals. So now top of 5, this is going to bring up Clint Patton. This one is hit weakly down the third base line, somewhat serving as a bunt. The pitcher and third baseman are going to collide. So that likely would have been an infield hit anyway.
Up to bat number 10, Brennan Falk.
Brennan Falk up to bat now after that hit. A bit of a lapse, and umpire checking on both players. They seem to be okay. That's Ben Bates and Hayden Fry over at third base, both trying to make a play at that ball. So a runner on first, no outs. As Fry, the 3-hitter, or Falk, the 6-hitter, this one's hit to the shortstop. A quick flip over to first base, second base, the throw over to first base is not in time. So that's going to be a fielder's choice for Brennan Falk, and that's going to bring up Dylan Bruner.
Number 9, Dylan Bruner.
Bruner reached on a walk earlier in the third inning. Hasn't recorded an official at-bat today. So Bruner will dig in as Bates checks the runner, pitching out of the stretch, kicks and deals the first pitch, showing bunt, but nothing doing. A throw down to first, and a beautiful throw, but not in time. First baseman trying to say that the runner slid off of first base on his dive back. Umpire saying no, didn't really have a great angle at that one. So an 0-1 count to Bruner. Showing bunt again. This one, umpire says it was fouled off but got behind the catcher. Now we will likely not see that bunt again with the 0-2 count. Bruner likely swinging away the first baseman. He's far behind in this count, 0-2. This one's high, somewhat of a snapshot. Pretends to throw down to first, but nothing doing. 1-2. So Bates paying a lot of mind to that runner, but the 1-2 count is swung on and missed. So that is strike 3 with 1 out. Looking even more for that double play ball. We've already
Up to bat, number 24, Mason Ringler.
seen it a couple of times. This one is in for a ball. Now that runner on first getting his lead. A few more steps. This one is hit weakly to the third baseman on 2 hops. Collects, throws it over to first. A good throw to get the third out of the inning. The Mohican Adventures 5th inning stretch. Stick around with us now as we're going to recap this ball game. It started out with a walk, fielder's choice, and a couple of strikeouts for the Cougars. Then the Edison Chargers took their opportunity, a ground out in 3 hits, including an RBI double, or an RBI triple, a couple RBIs there from Marcus Medina. Then looking at the second inning, a 1-2-3 inning for the Cougars as they couldn't get anything going. And then we went back to the second where the Chargers again had their way. They had a single which was interrupted by a double play, but an error in an RBI single led to them picking up another run. Taking a look at the third inning now, a walk and a double play and another out. Wrap things up for the Cougars as they have not recorded a run today. Then over to the bottom of the fourth, that there was a fly out, a strikeout, a walk, a single, and then of course that huge 3 RBI home run. Was it Mohican Adventures 5th inning stretch? Now we have Hayden Fry coming up to bat. Fry had a single earlier in this game, later grounded out. He's 1 for 2 on the day. So that ball is outside. Now the 1-2 is low for a ball. 2-0. So that one is outside. 3-0. Catcher having trouble with a couple of these. Wrangler's still on the mound for Crestview. 3-0 is looked at for the first strike of this at bat. 3-1. Getting a look at behind the plate action here. Some of the stenciling on this field. It's going to be called for strike 2. Another full count. It's probably the 5th or 6th full count we've seen from Wrangler so far, but been able to do okay. And this one is hit way out in front on the ground of the third baseman. He will collect it again, throw it over to first base.
Coming to the plate, number 25, Bryson Whitmer.
Owen Barker getting a lot of action today, but doing a great job of handling it. Bryson Whitmer, the center fielder, up to bat. 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out back to the pitcher. The first pitch to Whitmer is high for a ball. Now the 1-0 is a big swing, but fouled off behind. 1-1 the count. Looked like Whitmer wanted a home run of his own. This one is swung right through, another big hearty swing, but not able to make contact. Down 1-2 in the count. The 1-2. Looks like the agricultural building has their cows out running out and about in right field. The 2-2 is swung on, hit hard to the third baseman again, spears it and throws it over to first, gets the second out of this inning by a step.
Up to bat, number 31, Marcus Medina.
So this is going to bring up Marcus Medina. He had that 2 RBI triple earlier in the game. Broke this game wide open. First pitch to him is in for a strike. So Ringler toughing it out on the mound here. This one is hit into center field, the right center gap, and that's going to be a base hit. Thinking about second, but he's going to hold up. Looks like he thought about second way longer than maybe he should have. He about covered halfway to second base before deciding to hold up, and we'll have a runner on first base. Dominic Diamond up to bat. 0 for 2 on the day with a fly out and a ground out. So after that hit, Marcus Medina will be over at first base. Perhaps another 2-out rally. And a quick throw over to first base, a pickoff move. Very, very close, but nothing doing. He's able to get back just in time with the dive. Another quick pickoff move. Not in time. And so really toying with this pitcher as he extends this lead further and further. He knows how much mind Ringler has paid to these batters throughout this entire game, and Ringler's going to step off. So checking the runner again. Another step off. And we saw perhaps a quick motion, some body language that Ringler's getting frustrated with this, but he quickly throws one in for a strike. And so now taking a breath, looking over. Another quick pickoff move. The runner expecting it this time. He's able to get back with the dive, perhaps sooner than he did on the past two. And now the 0-1 runner on the move. The throw down, pitches a called ball. A bad throw, and the runner's going to advance from second over to third. The play at third hits the runner in the back. And so he is going to steal 2 bases on that play. Perhaps one could be attributed to an error on the throw down, but all the same, Edison is going to have a runner on third base after that pitch. And to throw outside of the other batter's box is going to lead this count to 2-1. And Diamond fouls this one back. We'll be all even at 2. So after toying with the pitcher and catcher, it ends up working out as he gets the steal. This one is hit right down the third base line, but foul. Another 2-2 count with a 500 OBP. If there's anything that Diamond knows how to do, it's to stay in these counts and get himself a more favorable one, perhaps a hit, as they have a runner on third threatening to extend this lead to 7 going into the top of 6. Ringler out of the windup now, much more comfortable in that stretch. This one is hit foul. So further working up this pitch count, we'll see another 2-2 count. And so a step off, but nobody covering over at third, so the runner will just retreat on his feet. So the batter calling time just as Ringler was beginning his windup and was granted that time. I think they're starting to sense that they're getting in Ringler's head. And this one is outside, another full count. So a full count, 2 outs, runner on third. This one is hit hard into left field. It's going to get down for at least a base hit. The run's going to score from third. Edison's leading this one 7-0 off of the RBI base hit from Dominic Diamond, his first hit of the night, but a big one. Max Hoover up to bat. He singled and later struck out. And so we're going to have a pinch runner now over at first for Dominic Diamond.
Pinch running is number 16, Gabe Diamond.
Gabe Diamond up to bat now. And a great hit finds the gap as we're taking a look at scores. The runner from third, exactly what they needed. This game teetering on getting out of control for a little while now, is slowly pushing in that direction even further as this 2-out rally scores a run. And so umpire doesn't even have his mask on, but perhaps a pickoff move over at first. Ringler paying still mind to that runner. First pitch in for a ball. So this one a pitch out and a quick throw over to first base. Runner able to get back with a dive, but no tag applied. Now this one is fouled back. 2-1 the count. So Ringler will get set, take a breath, check the runner. Kicks and deals the 2-1. This one is hit on top of it to the shortstop. A slow roller thrown over to first. Gets the runner over at first for the third out of this inning. So damage done. Edison leading this one 7-0 over the Crestview Cougars.
Fickes Furniture in Jeromesville has always believed in selling quality furniture at an affordable price. Displaying all the latest styles and designs from top manufacturers such as Flex Steel, Bassett, Smith Brothers of Bern, and Mohawk Flooring. At Fickes Furniture, you're sure to find quality products that will help to make your house a home. Fickes Furniture, 63 North High Street in Jeromesville.
Get on the right track with me, Hayden Gray, as I pass you the baton for local track and field meet results, impact teams, athlete profiles, and more every Thursday this spring.
Bryce Coder with the OH.Report coming back to you live for top of six as Matthew Voles hits this one directly to the pitcher for the first out of the inning on the very first pitch.
Coming to the plate, number 23, Jarek Ringler.
So a quick welcome back as Jarek Ringler comes up to bat. The pitcher this one's high for a ball. Ringler struck out and had a fielder's choice